Hi everyone, this is Lahari, studying in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. In this video, I am going to discuss about single level indexing of record by keys from subject file structure, and the subject code is 18 IS 61. The contents are Introduction to Single Level Indexing, Types of Single Level Indexing, Factors to consider while indexing, advantages and limitations of single level indexing, the conclusion. Coming to Introduction to Single Level Indexing of Record by Keys. Single level indexing of record by keys, it is a technique used in the database system to effectively retrieve and organize the database on a specific key value. It involves the creation of an index structure that maps key values to the corresponding records in the database. The primary purpose of the indexing is to improve the speed and efficiency of the data retrieval operations. Without an index, the database management system would need to perform a full screen of the entire dataset to locate the desired records. This process can be time consuming and resource intense, especially for large databases. In single-level indexing, a single index structure is created to store the key value mappings. The index structure typically consists of two main components, the index key and the points to the actual record. The index key is the attribute or the field in the record that is used as the basis for indexing, such as a unique identifier or a frequently searched attribute. The pointer points to a physical location of the record in the database, enabling quick access. To retrieve a record using the index, the database system performs a loop operations. It is used for specific key value to search the index structure and to locate the corresponding pointer. Once the pointer is obtained, the system can directly access the desired record, avoiding the number for full scan of the entire dataset. Types of single level indexing. First one, primary indexing, also known as clustered indexing. A primary index is built for a file that that is the data file stored on its key field, and itself is also sorted file, that is the index file, whose index records are of the fixed length with two fields. The first field is of the same data file as the ordering key field of the data file, and the second field, it is a pointer to the disk, that is a block address. The ordering key file is called the primary key of the data file. There is one index entry in the index file for each block in the data file. Each index entry has the value of the primary key field for the first record in the block, and that second record to the block in its two field values. We use the following notations to refer to the entry I in the index field. In the diagram, we can see that the index file that consists of the block anchor, the primary key and the values. These are the set of the files that we have specified here. So then these files are pointed to the block, that is represented with a block pointers. So first record is set as a block pointer 1, then second record for the block pointer 2, and so on, the last record with the block B, so which has the ID similar. So it is represented with the blocks which consist of names, address, courses and values. The second type, that is the secondary indexing, also called as the non-clustered indexing. A secondary indexing is used when the index is created on the non-primary key attribute of a file. Each index entry corresponds to a unique value of the non-primary key attribute and contains a pointer to the location of the corresponding record in the file. The index entries are typically stored in the stored order based on the non-primary key values. Secondary indexing also provides an alternative path to access records based on attributes other than primary key. It allows for efficient searching and relevant of records based on the indexed attribute. Factors to be considered when choosing the indexing method. First one, that is the data size. The size of the database and the number of records influence the choice of indexing method. Second one, the query pattern. The types of the queries performed on the database should be considered to select the most appropriate indexing method. Then, update frequency. The frequency of the record updates affects the choice of indexing methods, as some methods can do more effect for frequent updates. Advantages of single level indexing. Improved search performance. Single level indexing allows for the efficient retrieval of the records based on the specific key value by physical location of the desired records, reducing the time required for searching through the entire dataset. Faster data access. Why, with single level indexing, data access becomes more direct and streamlined. Instead of scanning the entire data, the index provides a shortcut to the relevant records, resulting in a faster data retrieval. Reducing disk input-output. By interleaving the index, the database system can minimize the number of disk input-output operation required to fetch the desired records. This optimization can significantly improve overall system performance, especially for the large databases. Lastly, the efficient handling of range queries. Single level handling is not only useful for locating individual records but can also facilitate range queries. By interleaving the ordered nature of the index, it becomes easier to retrieve records falling within a specific range of key values, such as retrieving all records with the key values between X and Y. Limitations of single level indexing. Increased storage requirements. Indexes consume additional storage space, which can become significant for large databases. Update overhead. Indices need to be updated whenever records are inserted, updated, or deleted, which can impact performance. Limited flexibility. Single level indexing is primarily suited for exact match queries and may not be as efficient for range queries as complex search patterns. Conclusion. Single level indexing is a technique used to improve the performance of data retrieval operations in database by creating an index structure that maps a key value to the physical location of the corresponding data. It is particularly useful when searching for records based on the specific key values. By implementing single-level indexing, you can achieve effective retrieval of individual records of ranges for records with similar values, reducing the time required to search through the entire dataset. However, it is important to consider factors such as size of index, column and the values and the frequency of updates and deletion when the record is deleted and appropriate indexing implementation. Thank you all. Please do like, share and subscribe.